I want to know the influence of the past directors, horror directors, or how much did they influence in your cinema, and how it was for you to work with Truffaut, because I love Truffaut.
Oh, yes. Of course.
And I have a book for you when you go away, okay?
I think that your question about Duel, right, initially, I had never read anything like that before, so the only experience I ever had with Duel was being afraid of those big trucks in my rearview mirror, so I could certainly relate to that. But I didn't really immediately think of another filmmaker that had made a similar film. I certainly, I'm a big fan of the French Wages of Fear, and then Billy Friedkin's subsequent remake, Sorcerer. But this was long before The Sorcerer when I was. Duel was a short story in Playboy magazine written by Richard Matheson that my secretary gave me and said, you should make this into a movie. She gave it to me, and I read it, and I thought it was extraordinary, and then discovered that they were actually going to shoot it for ABC television as a movie of the week. And I lobbied really hard to get that job because I somehow felt I had an affinity to the subject matter. I don't know why. And I don't even know who influenced me to have affinity with that kind of subject matter. But it was one of the best choices I ever made because it opened up the whole world for me. I began getting offers to direct movies for the first time. So Duel allowed a lot of producers to trust me and offer me their films. So and Truffaut, nobody like him. He was a child at heart, and yet he was, like the title of his film, he was a wild child. And I worked with him 4 months in Mobile, Alabama, and Moorcroft, Wyoming, on Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And some of my reason for making E.T. came from Truffaut, because Truffaut had just made a film called Small Change, and he had the best time working with children. And he said to me, you have the heart of a child. This is what he said to me in broken English. He said, you have the heart of a child. You need to make a movie with kids. He said, kids. And I never forgot that. And when I came up with the story for E.T., I always remembered that Truffaut was the one that said, you got to make a picture with kids.